StadiumDB.com presents Top 20 Biggest Stadiums. USA, Qatar, but also Africa. The 20 most powerful, truly impressive sights you would like to see with your own eyes. Will any of the locations surprise you? Let's find out. Get ready for a stadium roller coaster. Here are the 20 stadiums where football or American football is or was played, which have the largest capacity in the world. 20th place, Jordan-Hare Stadium, capacity 87,451, Auburn. When Auburn University opened their main stadium in 1939, it only held 15,000 spectators. But like many universities in the US, they have had to expand the stands many times over the years, and today they are well on their way to a ceiling of 90,000. However, the size mania in the US has us expecting even bigger arenas there. 19th place, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, capacity 88,548, Gainesville. Florida's largest stadium began its existence in 1930, but was much more modest at the time with 21,769 seats. Today's scale is the result of expansion between 1991 and 2003, and the facility is the 12th largest stadium in the United States. 18th place, Lusail Stadium, capacity 88,966, Lusail. The World Cup final arena is impressive not only for its size. The venue's golden facade features intricate triangular patterns inspired by old Qatari lamps. This effect is achieved with 4,200 three-sided aluminium panels covering a total area of 60,000 square meters. The whole is connected to the arena's main steel structure by 4,672 connectors. 17th place, Rose Bowl, capacity 89,702, Pasadena. It is hard to find another stadium in the USA so distinguished for soccer. Yes, this spacious arena has hosted the soccer finals of the World Cup or the Olympics. At one time, the facility housed significantly more than 100,000 fans, but today it is unfortunately less impressive. 16th place, Wembley Stadium, capacity 90,000, London. Every football fan is probably familiar with the stadium. When the first Wembley opened in 1923, the arena could hold 123,000 spectators. Today, the venue is no longer as massive, although a capacity of 90,000 was enough for second place in Europe. It is known for its big events and for English defeats in important matches. 15th place, Cotton Bowl, capacity 92,100, Dallas. Although the venue has hosted NFL or MLS teams and even World Cup matches in the past, it currently stands as the largest stadium in the US without a host team. Instead, the Cotton Bowl is known for its games between the Oklahoma and Texas teams played in the middle of the annual state fair. 14th place, Sanford Stadium, capacity 92,746, Athens. It used to be known for its railway carriage serving as a VIP box. It is still recognizable today thanks to the hedge around the pitch. An interesting decoration, but one might not notice it on such a giant. Anyway, it has earned Sanford Stadium the colloquial name between the hedges. 13th place, FNB Stadium, capacity 94,736, Johannesburg. This is by far Africa's largest stadium, thanks to an expansion carried out before the 2010 World Cup. The investment was worth $440 million, but the price was later found to be inflated by contractor collusion. It was worth it for Chabalala's goal at the tournament's opening. 12th place, Spotify Camp Nou, capacity 95,572, Barcelona. No one needs to be introduced to a stadium that is one of the most recognizable in the world. The venue is visited by pilgrimages, and the arena, which has seen it all, still wants more. After the redevelopment it is currently undergoing, it will join the club of 100 stadiums that have a capacity of 100,000 or more. 11th place, Melbourne Cricket Ground, capacity 100,024, Melbourne. Speaking of the 100 club, the Australian stadium has surpassed the magic mark by 24 seats. You have to credit the Melbourne giant for having as many as 94,000 seating capacity, which is among the top of the so-called all-seaters. It has been in existence for well over 150 years, and today Europe's biggest clubs come here for friendly matches as part of their overseas tours. Before you get to know the top 10 biggest stadiums in the world, don't forget to like the video and leave a comment. And we're off from Australia to fly to the United States again. 10th place, Bryant-Denny Stadium, capacity 100,077, Tuscaloosa. Awaiting us in Alabama is a venue that only hit the 100,000 seat mark in 2010, but has been unrivaled in its state since the 1960s. Surprisingly, it didn't even cost $1 million in its original form. Mathematicians could not have dreamed of the number of renovations the stadium has experienced over the centuries. 9th place, Texas Memorial Stadium, capacity 100,119, Austin. From the beginning, it was dedicated to veterans, first those of World War I and then World War II, and others in which Texas residents participated. It is the only stadium in the 100-seat group that still has room for a whole extra stand, so there is a potential to become even the largest arena in the world. 8th place, Neyland Stadium, capacity 101,915, Knoxville. When it opened after 6 months of construction in 1921, it held 3,200 spectators in the small west stand. The size of the stadium is a result of the huge need for tickets. In 2005, the average attendance exceeded the nominal capacity by as much as 5,000. 7th place, Tiger Stadium, capacity 102,321, Baton Rouge. Today it is one of the most famous stadiums in the USA, often referred to as the most unfriendly place for visitors to play a match. Therefore, the nickname Death Valley, formed years ago, is not surprising. The extremely hot atmosphere, the attendance regularly over the 90,000 limit, and the steep stands are astounding. 6th place, Kyle Field, capacity 102,733, College Station. This venue has only been part of the honored list of the 100-seater stadiums since 2014, but it has already made a name for itself by attracting an overbooked crowd, more than 110,000 spectators, to the stands. In doing so, the arena broke the Texas college football record, and there is no other state in the USA where football is so popular. 5th place, Ohio Stadium, capacity 102,780, Columbus. In the 1920s and 1930s, the stands filled infrequently, fulfilling their fears of skeptics about building a great facility. However, much better times came later, and it has grown every decade since 1944. The arena is famous for its references to ancient Roman architecture. 4th place, Beaver Stadium, capacity 106,572, University Park. Beaver Field originally stood about 1.5 kilometers west of its final location. It was built in 1909, initially with wooden stands, and replaced by new stands made of steel in 1936. And it was this structure with a capacity of 30,000 spectators that was moved as a whole a mile to the east. Yes, you can. Today its highest seats are in the 112th row. Third place, Michigan Stadium, capacity 107,601, Ann Arbor. The stadium that makes the top 3 is referred to by Americans simply as the Big House. It is absolutely the largest arena in the world with single-tier stands. It would hold the far fewer spectators if it were given seats, but the benches are part of its academic atmosphere. Second place, Rungrado May Day Stadium, capacity 114,000, Pjongjang. Although the Korean data stated a capacity of 150,000 seats, we counted them one by one ourselves and were not fooled by the propaganda figure. When the Olympic Stadium was built in Seoul, the neighbors across the border got jealous and erected an even bigger facility for themselves. Checkmate! Among other things, the stadium set an attendance record for a wrestling competition in 1995. With 190,000 spectators watching from the stands. First place, Bristol Motor Speedway, capacity 153,000, Bristol. The largest stadium in the world is a racetrack on a daily basis, but it is also the sports venue with the most sizable compact stands around the playing field. This makes it possible to transform it temporarily into a football stadium depending on demand. Bristol Motor Speedway also holds the Guinness World Record for the largest Mexican wave in history. We are also looking forward to the Mexican wave in the comments. Write down what stadium from which country surprised you on the list. In the meantime, we're checking out and look forward to seeing you in the future content. See you there!